I'm here to work on my own website, and right now the Suburban Style Media Group website is built off of Laravel, and just it was deployed last month. This is the issue that I'm working with in code. Obviously, I'm gonna try to have to blur some of the sensitive information out from GoDaddy.com, but that is where I currently host my site. And just to show you that it's not super complex. And as a matter of fact, it's like if you just know you're a developer that does your site, if he does Laravel, let you know it'll be real easy. Or if it's even like WordPress or something like that, that's just not old dated code. It should be fine. I developed this video for purposes of just showing some of the things that I have to do, some of the maintenance things that I have to do with my site. Once again, this is a Laravel site. This is a Laravel site, so I'll be working mostly with PHP. And in this case, we're looking at the discussion topics page on my site, which is linked to a SQL database. That database is a separate link to a separate WordPress site, which is how I create my blogs. And the features, the most recent 3 postings are featured on my page here. So in this case, the challenge here is in the actual discussion topics area. There should be an actual blog, but instead I'm getting this default from my PHP my admin, which is custom styles. This automatically updates, and as soon as I make another blog, and it usually has it's usually listed as published. So anytime something is published, it's gonna appear in that section of my site. Now the problem with that is that, and I gotta go back and find that site. Where is it? Okay, and the problem with that is that it's not an actual article. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into my code and we're gonna try to fix that. So I'm gonna pull up the site first. We're into my site's public HTML page where I'm gonna go into apps, or my app section of my Laravel file, and then I'm gonna go into the HTTP section of it. After that, I'm gonna go into controllers, and that's where the content for the instructions on how to display the blog are located. So right here, I'm going to go to blog posts. I'm going to open that up. I'm probably going to want to edit it because this is written in SQL, or not SQL. It's written in PHP combination with SQL in order to get the instructions on how to display the data on that particular page. So, and I've written instructions here to describe what it's doing. So, for example, it says get first three articles data from WordPress. And so what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to limit what else it posts here besides what we've been given. So I'm going to probably put from what I'm guessing, from looking at determining how this, from looking at the data from the PHP my admin from the database, looking at the data from the database, I can determine that I'm gonna need to use one of the keywords from the actual database to block out what I don't want. In this case, it's going to be the custom styles. So which one am I going to use? Am I going to use the title itself to block out? Because that's the only thing I'm having problems with in WordPress. So it's either block that out, or I'm going to block out anything that doesn't say that is not an actual post. So if it's not a real post, if it's just some sort of metadata, Or maybe if it's just some sort of data that's just posted in there to, I mean, if it's not the data we're looking for to help us out, we are going to delete it. So we're going to keep it out of this post. So I'm going to look that up and I'm going to show you exactly what I do to keep that custom styles post out of my blog selection. This is where I found my solution. So I needed to write multiple queries, and I did the same thing here where I just took this where statement and I was able to combine where statements to try to get the data that I needed while still keeping the same configuration on keeping the limit on how many blog posts were uploaded. So I just added more conditions onto my site to where I could limit how much it would display. So that's how I was able to get this data to display.